guys, the Terminator 360 here, and today we'll be reviewing every single Ninjago The Island minifigure. These include the ones that came in the actual island sets, and people who have suits from previous seasons but are in the actual special. There will be timestamps in the description if you want to see a specific minifigure reviewed. Make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and with having all that said, let's jump right in. The first minifigure we're going to look at is Island Kai, and just for the record, these island suits are some of my favorite suits ever. He has the hair headband bandana piece from the Epic Battle Kai earlier this year, regular Kai face, mask, and shoulder pad. I really love what they did with the straps, how they're not just detailed straps, but they have like thin black and gold lining at the edges and dark red spots in the middle to make it look more real and 3D and more realistic. He has the K in the Ninjago language on top to represent Kai. He has a brown tactical belt, and going under that and his regular belt are the kind of straps, and they end in that triangle form at the bottom. I love what they did with the knee pads and cutouts on the side of the legs. It just looks pretty perfect and incredible to me, and the belt, that also looks quite good. Now, if we take him and we take off his hair, shoulder pads, and all that stuff, his back printing is a continuation of the belt, and we have a bigger K. My favorite island minifigure would have to be Cole. He just looks so incredible. His hairpiece is so cool. His Lego Ninjago movie one with the orange headband. They even made the little bun orange from brown. It just looks so good. His face, mask, and shoulder pad are the regular ones we've been getting, and his torso print is so good. I like how the middle of like the big chest plate thing, the C is a little bit reflective. It's not that well seen on camera, but it's really apparent in hand. And I like the tactical belt and the little inclusions of yellow. I also like how his regular ninja belt is orange, as that matches with the hairpiece and makes it pop so much. His weapon is this scythe made out of a weapons pack in gold with a hook and all that. Here's a look at the hairpiece from the back while we're here. Again, like Kai, we're gonna remove it, and just like Kai, he has an even bigger letter. For Cole, of course, it's gonna be C, which with the straps that are connecting the big overlay chest plate with a huge belt coming back. Next up, we have Jay, who isn't my favorite compared to all the other island minifigures, but still a really good minifigure on the grand scale of things. His hairpiece looks just like Kai's in the fact it didn't change much like Cole, and it just looks like his hair with a headband going through it. He has the regular Jay face, mask, and shoulder pads. His torso design looks the same as Kai's, which I think looks cool, with the two straps going down with the thin lining and the J in the top. I like how it has a gray band going down, a gray tactical strap, but it doesn't look as good when we get to the back. I also like how his belt has a flask, and that his legs just look pretty detailed and great in general. His arms are dark blue, which gives it nice needed contrast, and while we're over here, you can see his weapon is a nunchuck with a sword piece at the end. Here's a look from the back of the headband. It drapes a bit more than the other ones because his hair is shorter. And my problem is that the strap covers the big J on the back, which doesn't look as elegant and neat. But hey, from here, the tactile belt looks good. Zane is possibly one of the best island minifigures. He just looks so incredible, even though he doesn't have a special hairband piece. Well, his hair is really short, so I don't know how they would do that. Regular Zane face and mask, but instead of all the others having a Season 11 shoulder pad, he has an arrow quiver. Here, I think the straps work better than Jay, as they are really tactical with his logo on the strap, and it's stretching across. That silver is actually his chest, and like the suit was ripped and fell off, and we exposed is that little his kind of heart energy source, which I think looks so good. I also really like how the use of the cyan belt. I don't like how Nia and Zane have the cyan belt at first, but the Lego designers really made it work. I like how they did the knee pads just being black outlines, since a lighter white would have just looked yellow and not that good in my opinion. His arm was originally white in the sets, but silver in the show, so that was just a simple fix. They got out another silver arm, and boom, accurate. Now, this is, again, one of my favorite minifigures ever. Here is a look at the back with the arrow quiver, which looks pretty cool, even though it's not unified with the others. And this time he doesn't have a logo on the back, but I think it looks even better than the logos because of how the strap work is done while still showing a bit of his back. Silver is his back because silver is his skin color. It's just so good. Next up, we have Nia, which is another one of my favorites. Now, unlike Zane, I think she should have had the headband because her hair's just fit for that. It could have gone in that area right there, and I guess it's because she already has that kind of hair band, but whatever. It still looks amazing. Regular Nia face, cyan half mask, and shoulder pads. She has a similar design to Kai with her letter and in Ninjago language at the top of two big straps. But these are actually different in the fact that they are bigger and that the pattern kind of looks like a wave, those whites. So it kind of looks like a wave and it looks pretty epic. I really like her arms being cyan. If they were just gunmetal, it wouldn't have been that good. It just gives it contrast. Again, contrast is always great so it doesn't blend together. Her legs, as I said, also has the cyan belt, just like Zane with the gunmetal tactical and all of that, and it just looks so cool. Her tactical belt on her torso, which the straps go under, has, as well as the regular pockets, a mountain climber's clip, which I think is a nice touch to make these all unique and different from each other. Now, her weapon is this giant double-sided sword, which doesn't make any sense as Nia usually uses different types of weapons, but as a weapon itself, it's good. Now, here we have her back torso printing with a giant N, the waves continuing, as well as the belt looking awesome from back here. And the sword, it's a little hard to display. Lloyd was originally one of my favorite island designs, but it's kind of getting repetitive since he came in the polybag, the jungle dragon, and his bike, while Nia and Cole are each exclusive to one set and the others only come twice. So that's kind of taking away from his collectability and rarity, putting him in so many things, but it's better so more people can get him. He has the season 11 shoulder pad, a green half mask, and something that surprised me was he was the only one with a different face print. Everybody else had a regular face, but this time Lego gave him this kind of jungle paint, one side really, really angry, and the other side just kind of stern. And it just doesn't make sense to me. It looks good on him, but it doesn't make sense why they didn't give something like that to the rest of everybody. The torso printing is pretty incredible with all the tactical straps and circles to make it look jungly. The strap even has two leaves hanging out, which I don't think you can get even more jungly. And a creative decision they did was to make his logo, the L in the Ninjago language, as his belt buckle instead of on the straps like everybody else. Now, if we take off all the shoulder pads, you can see the back. I had the same problem as Jay. It covers the big L logo. But hey, he still has some cool pouches back there, and the green arms are visible. The main villain of the Island special is Chief Mammatus himself, and these Island minifigures had so much potential, the villains that is, to live up to the show. They had they were purple translucent, had arm printing, that would have looked so good. But no, we got this gecko color. Well, I can't complain about something though. His headpiece is absolutely incredible. It is molded. That is all one piece except the two tusks. But you get what I mean, and that looks so cool. No stickers. It's just printed that way with all the spikes, logos. That's so good. His face print, he actually has two expressions. One which is, I think, supposed to be smiling. I can't tell on these guys. They look so weird. And the other one which is clearly angry. And I think it's cool because you can put in multiple expressions based on like different things, which helps with stop motions and stuff. The back printing while we're here is really cool, reflective gold, and that kind of makes up for it not being transparent purple. The cape, it isn't the best color. It's like this weird red, but from the front it isn't that bad. His torso printing is reflective, and it just looks so cool. And I like how he has a dragon, and his belt kind of reminds me of wrestling champion belts. And he doesn't have any side leg printing, so it's just like his skirt stops. It's not like that in the show, and that's just kind of weird. Next up, we have Poulerik. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna call him Two-Headed Guy. So, Two-Headed Guy has two heads, obviously, and I think that looks really cool with them being separated by the half mask in dark green, which doesn't make it look awkward, just like stacked Lego heads. I liked how one is happy and one is angry. That gives it some definition and purpose. It just looks so cool. His torso printing is a letdown though. It's the same torso printing for all of them, as it's just beige. It's not even reflective gold like Chief Mammatus. Why? These had so much potential, it just annoys me a little bit. His accessories are these little knife pieces that use like the claws. And let me just put my hand behind there so you guys can see it better in the lighting. And it works pretty well. It has like this really cool downwards go, and that's pretty cool. But the torso printing again and the leg printing, just a letdown. Same thing with the back printing, nothing special except the continuation of the necklace from the front, just kind of tied at the back there. And he has back head printing. Alright, this is just a random keeper who wasn't really named, but I'm gonna name him Joe because of the Ninjago community on Instagram. We all call him Joe. Joe's mask looks so incredible. It's specially printed and I think specially molded for him. And it even has that kind of samurai-esque feel to the back of the going down, going down, going down. It just has so much detail and feels so tribal-like with how the paintings and how the marks are done. He has a regular island face, nothing special there compared to anybody else. Again, the same torso and legs as the last one, but hey, I can't complain since they're just kind of army men and Chief Mammatus is the main guy, and they did a really good job in that. See, same torso printing. And again, he has also the same issue of not having transparent purple. I just can't get over that. I know I've mentioned it so many times, but it's such a missed opportunity. His accessories are these really cool island shields with the dragon in the middle. They could have honestly just gave us a light blue shield of that and it would have worked well. That was going the extra mile there. Next up is another keeper who has basically nothing special going for him. Joe had the special hat, Chief Mammatus had the reflective gold, and the two-headed guy, well, had two heads. He just has a rice hat, a generic face, and the same torso and leg printing as everybody. At least his back printing holds up when looking from the back, but then again, all of them do, so he's not really special in any way, shape, or form. His accessories are this white spear, and the same shield as Joe. The first minifigure we have here that wasn't in the island sets but actually in the island is Clutch Powers. He came in a season 11 minifigure accessory pack as well as the Ninjago City Gardens. His hair is Lloyd's hair in black. His face print is super cool with the eye patch up and kind of him laughing. But if we switch that, he does have an alternate face print which is just regular Clutch smiling, and I think that works best for display. His back torso print does have that gold, which is a little bit reflective, but that like Cole, it's not that well seen on camera and so much better seen in hand. His torso print is amazing with the brown jacket and the tattered up with his white buttoned up shirt under it, and I like how the yellow skin tone isn't too light like what usually happens when Lego does these cutouts. And this wasn't anybody else's accessory, so I wanted to give it to Clutch to show you guys because I just needed to. It's just so good. The Keeper's Amulet. Look, it has that trans purple they should have used on the Keepers. Like, they have the color available. Why didn't they use it? I just like what they did it here, at least with the golden dragon in the middle and all of that like triangle fire pieces coming out to replicate it glowing. And I just think it's such an amazing piece. Maybe a bit oversized because it's like the same size as Clutch's torso, but we got a special mold, so I'm not complaining. Next up, we have Misako, who is sporting her Season 5 outfit. This is quite possibly one of the perfect minifigures from Ninjago. Her hair is near perfect, except to have a white strap. I'll just probably take some paint and draw that on there. Her face is exactly like it was in the show, one expression like that, and one that's just kind of more happy. Her torso printing, even though simple, is perfect with the green bandana and her khaki jacket with the brown belt. I did upgrade her legs so it could have side leg printing like the pockets there in the front, and I gave her the dino tracker legs as her regular legs were just plain. Next minifigure we have is Season 11 Sensei Wu, and this is just a kind of average minifigure for me because of how simple it is. Well, it does have touches I appreciate, like the rice hat being a darker color rice hat than we usually get, as well as him having a cape, which is something new for Sensei Wu, and I really like they did that. It is a rough material, but that makes it feel more rugged and adventurous. And now, if we take off his beard piece, which is that big white one that we always see on Wu, he does have a face print under, which is just like a shorter beard, which is like if he shaved. The torso design is very simplistic, just with a few robes and wrinkles with the dark red belt, which is one of the reasons why I think it's just an average minifigure. If we lift off the cape, you can see he has an epic golden dragon, which is very reflective in that lighting. It's just like, and again, average minifigure with some amazing points. Then we have P.I.X.A.L. This one is actually a purist custom. You have hunted P.I.X.A.L's legs, torso, and shoulder pads, but then rebooted P.I.X.A.L's face and hair, because that's how she looked in the special. The face looks incredible with the green eyes and all that intricate printing, and also her hair is just so special, and we haven't got it since 2014 rebooted. Her shoulder pads are a bit over the top, but they still work for what they are and replicate the show pretty well. Her torso printing has some white, red, and dark blue, which looks cool, and the gold is a tiny bit reflective, but it's not seen that well on the camera. And the back, we have just a continuation of some printing from the front. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe by hitting my channel logo. Click up there to watch my review on every 2021 Ninjago Legacy minifigure, and also click the playlist right there to watch my review on every Ninjago minifigure seasons 1 to 13. Just in time for this video. Signing off for now, see you next time.